Hi, welcome to Talking with Famous People. I'm host Eric. I'm here with the arch admin. I'm here with Liz. I'm here with Josh, Elsie, Blanky, and Blanky, I believe, is Ken, and the bot, the beloved bot. We're going to talk today about Melissa. That's right. Who's Melissa?
Oh, that's a sweet song by the Allman Brothers.
Not right. We're not. No, come back, please. Yeah, we're not ready for housekeeping. Um,
Sweet. Uh,
okay, so Melissa is so malicious. She's a female ENTP who makes videos, has a channel called So Malicious, and she's one of the first ENTP video makers I ever saw making a video about ENTPs. She's one of the first ENTP videos I saw. The other ENTP video I saw right away when I came out of YouTube was EJR&D's talking shit about ENTPs, which was kind of fun too. But anyway, So Malicious, I had I had some a little bit of piao piao with her for a stretch there because precisely because she attempted to pathologize me. And she was insistent that I was in some sort of NESI loop that meadity or whatever. And so it was around that time that I began using the expression "there's nothing wrong with you" as a motto for this channel because I wanted to make abundantly clear that I'm not down with non responsiveness. And that's what pathologization is, okay? It's non responsiveness. It's offensive to any thinking human being. You cannot respond unless you respond. There's no such thing as a non responsive response. It is just being irrelevant and attacky for no reason. So, of course, the problem that Melissa had was that we exchanged emails, and of course, and she was a former writer for the Seattle newspaper and considers herself very bright and considers herself an excellent writer and stuff, and really
some,
was frustrated by my schooling the living shit out of her. Really frustrated. I could tell she was really, really frustrated. She had not had that experience. And so she attempted to pathologize me a great deal and to diagnose what was wrong with me instead of responding to what I was saying. Because what I was saying was schooling the shit out of her. Because she was disagreeing with it, but she was losing every point all the way along. So, anyway, I bring this up as an example of pathologization because if somebody's trying to pathologize you, what that means is that's an expression of their own insecurity. So she shifted to pathologization because she couldn't handle the argumentation on its own merits. She just couldn't hang, and so that's why that shit happens. When you remember that, then when it does happen, what you get to do is say, "You are pathologizing me right now," which is non-responsive. My actual point was this: to say that there's something wrong with me is to conflate my point with my identity, and that makes you even more wrong than you were when you started this conversation.
do you draw a distinction between pathologization and classification? Because I think that some people have a tendency to need to classify people and classify basically any situation that they may come upon in one way or another, not necessarily in a pejorative way, but just as a personal need to put everything in its place.
Well, I think it's
Not
fine
not
to. I think it's
not
perfectly.
maliciously. Or,
I think it's perfectly fine to indicate to people like, okay,
do you get
well,
what I'm
you
saying? I
seem to
mean,
display these traits of somebody who's got X is fine, I guess. But the point of it is, it's almost never used like that. It's always used in response to something. And if it is used in response to something, if it's not in response to something that's specifically about that, then it's non-responsive. And if it's non-responsive, then
defense mechanism.
it is avoidant and representative of the individual's own insecurity rather than anything else. So what I'm currently looking for is here. This is a fun video. This is such a fun video. I'm going to give you guys a link to it here. I'm going to put it on unlisted from private. What's cool about this video too, there's such a great song at the end of it, and it's like the video is wasted on being a private video because it's so. I schooled the living shit out of her in this video. I mean, beyond all recompense. There's no manner in which she can walk away with any sense of superiority after watching this goddamn thing, as well she shouldn't, you know? Because that's so wrong to tell people there's something wrong with you because I can't prove you wrong is the most offensive thing anybody could ever do, frankly. And
I get blamed. I get blamed I get blamed for that when I go into mania for my bipolar. I am all of my arguments, even as logical as they may be, and they're actually more logical when I'm hypomanic. They're dismissed as, oh, he's just manic. Just deal with him for the moment.
Right, it's ridiculous because
that is something that I do run into, and I think it has a little bit to do with what you're describing.
I'm not quite sure how I'm going to disseminate to you.
I'm dismissed sometimes because people know that I'm bipolar.
Well, the thing is, I think the note is people don't usually dismiss you. What they're doing when they're pathologizing you is dismissing
their own lack of knowledge and their lack of ability to counter what I'm saying.
They're dismissing your claims, your statements. But that's not responsive to your claims or statements. That's just an attack on you, trying to say everything you do is invalid because you are mentally ill. Or everything you say is invalid because you are manic. Or it's like telling a chick, like, well, your complaint's invalid because you're on your period. Well, she might be on her period, but you're not evaluating the claim or the statement on its merits, then you are on something worse than your period. You're on your fucking stupid.
Yeah. You know? I may be emotionally charged when I'm manic, and a woman may be emotionally charged when she's going through her premenstrual syndrome. But that does not invalidate a solid argument being made during that period. And that is what people try to do. They try to use your current state to invalidate your solid argument.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to stop this video now, and then I'm going to push watch together on that video. Now, look, it's a long video. I don't expect anybody to really watch the whole thing. But I'm probably going to watch it, and if you guys get tired of it, just click it off and resume your conversation or what have you.
I might need to go smoke a cigarette in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long ass time, so I'm going to click it. About your shit and my shit, then I'm just terrible at making little videos, I guess. So I'm going to ask your indulgence. I'm going to give you like 25 minutes of straight host error. Straight non-stop host error.
Yeah.
A little bit out of tune. And I'm
Can you send the address through? Can you type in the address in the chat bar?
Hold on. This is actually the end of the video. It's not the beginning. I should probably. Maybe I will do private because the thing is, this video is going to be enormous now. With this phone. The phone has a nice camera. The videos look pretty good, I think. Melissa, you should turn your phone sideways when you record. I am an ENTP. I like to give advice. See, it's unsolicited. That's okay. Maybe you understand how I feel a little bit. It's true, and I don't doubt that I understand you a little bit too. After all, we're quite similar in bearing and countenance, as well as diagnoses. Plus, we both take amphetamines and call them medication, like we had a real medical problem. Now, Melissa's possibly wondering, wait, is he joking, or can I hold him to those statements? Well, the answer is yes to both. Isn't that frustrating? Like not finding the right chord when you want it. It's called Life with a Policy Debater who's also an ENTP and extra smart, or even one of those you see, and who's also extra intuitive. Gee, he can make up shit like this as he goes. Wow, that's quite impressive, and he's also pissing off Melissa now. This is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about, Eric. They're in the grip. They're in the grip of making songs, singing along, in the grip of radness. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, the thing about those freestyle songs also is then, like, you hear me say certain things in the words, and then you're like, yeah, see, I knew you were a dick. Dude, it's just probably a mistake, right? It's like, I'm going too fast. I can't quite pull it all together. No, it's not a fucking allegory for my life or something, alright? I had trouble coming up with the word allegory for a second there. Yeah, so this last 3 minutes, we're going to 25 minutes on this video. This last 3 minutes is going to be spent smoking weed. Yeah, Melissa, look, man, I don't know. I don't want anything from you. I don't need anything from you. I like you. I just... if you're genuinely concerned about me, let me reassure you I'm fine. If there's some sort of, like, competition thing there, I totally get it. No skin off my back, man. Whatever. Look, I am genuinely and literally the chillest, coolest guy in the world. All you gotta do is be like, hey, that was funny that we were arguing, huh? I'll be like, yeah, totally. My bad about whatever was my bad. I'm sorry for whatever I said or did that was not appropriate. I do not doubt that some of those words that I said in those comments somehow came across very loud and clear as aggressive or harsh, or I don't know. I've had this experience a lot. I honestly thought we were playing, man. I thought we were playing rhetoric show off. And that, definitely, last thing I want to recap before we go off the air is meow about the meow, which is to say, right, I am going to talk about this exhibitionist thing, right, on a video, put it up there. Oh, one more thing. That is not a goddamn newspaper. Where did you come to the conclusion of the newspaper? It is one of those brown, eco-friendly, doesn't have any bleach in it, fucking napkins they give you at, like, Starbucks or someplace, right? That's what that was in that video. It's not a newspaper. Why would anyone wipe their nose with a newspaper? It doesn't have any absorbent qualities. It's like wiping your nose with wax paper. It makes no sense at all. So, no, I wasn't wiping my nose with a newspaper. Oh, I'm 3 seconds over. My bad. I hope you enjoy the video. Seriously, dude, I'm totally cool with you. We're totally cool. I'm not sure what the beef is, but, I mean, I get it. I'm tactless or something. I'm sorry. God, so nice in that video. I was so nice in that video. Oh my god. The reality was, she was getting her fucking panties in a bunch because I was schooling her time and time again. She didn't like it, but she insisted I school her by trying to school me. That's the biggest thing she ever made. She tried to school me, and that's never gonna fucking happen. Not in a million fucking years. Melissa. So, thanks for watching Talk with Fish People. So malicious. You tried to school me. I schooled the fuck out of you. Get over it. That was a long time ago, so I gave you a long time before I made it public, too. You notice how cool I was? I didn't even mention schooling the fuck out of you until a year after I did it, or more. Like a year and a half after I did it. I am so nice. I should get a Nobel Prize for niceness.